What's good, Vince?
What's good?
What's good? Yanni was just asking. All right, let me just introduce you first. All right, guys, this is Vince, my boy. I went surfing with him one time, and he's pretty cool. I'm just kidding. He mentored me, and so I found him through Facebook, working with his dispositions guy. They're helping me sell a deal, and then I paid him to teach me how to start paying for marketing, and then we closed that $200,000 deal together. And yeah, he's just been guiding me ever since. He did what, 700K plus in revenue last year from wholesaling alone. And yeah, he's running an operation right now. He's on the roll with it. He does text blasting, and yeah, he's trying to get to $1 million in a year. So, with that being said,
what's up, guys? I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of good things about y'all, and Isaiah, he's a natural leader. I'll say the more success you have in life, you're gonna start seeing, your closest friends are gonna start getting jealous. They're gonna start, backstabbing you, over simple things. You're gonna start getting things they don't have. So I'm very picky on who I let in my circle, and Isaiah, he's a solid guy. I mean, he does what he says he's gonna do. He has integrity. He'll call you out if you're on some bullshit. Those are very rare qualities in this world, and you guys will see it as you continue to make money and continue to level up. So, do you guys have any questions for me or anything?
Yeah, quick question.
Yeah.
How do you calculate the max allowable offer? Like, what's the highest it would go on the listing price?
I mean, you guys know the classic formula, 75% of ARV minus repairs minus your something. So you guys know that, right?
Right.
So that's basically the formula, but knowing your city, right? Because, for example, let's say in the richest neighborhood in the area, somebody might be willing to pay 95%, 85% of ARV. In the hood, somebody might be willing to pay, it's gonna get lower. Outskirts, I'll say outskirts go down to 65%. So you have to know your areas, is what I would say. So that's the basic formula. And then the second way to find out is your investors, they're a resource, right? When they're buying a deal, look at the HUD statement, see how they calculate it. How did this become a deal for them? And that's how, when you're buying, when you're wholesaling, you should put it under contract as if you were gonna buy it if you had the money, right? The deal should be so good that you would wanna buy it. Maybe just money is holding you back or whatever the case, right? You should know how to calculate the same way your investors do. So pick your investors' brains. Any other questions? Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that did.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one. How did you discover the systems you have for your the wholesaling business? Like, and where did you start? Like, what systems you start with? Because I know we're starting with Zillow for 7 owners. And how did you get to like the systems you are in now?
Great question. So one of the keys to success in wholesaling is you gotta study the game. That's one of the keys to success in anything. If you're in sports, the best players are gonna be the guys who go to practice every day and get better continuously. With that said, the way to learn new skills, a YouTube University. I would commit, if I was you guys, I would commit to 20 to 30 minutes every day studying YouTube University, right? Because there's guys like Isaiah, he posts on YouTube, that's valuable content. There's guys that are more advanced, less advanced, whatever the case, they're posting their content on YouTube free. Still to this day, I'll buy wholesaling courses, right? Because sometimes people know things you don't know. Go to networking events, see what other guys are doing. You gotta have a beat on the market. So that's how you would study your systems.
Good question. Do you not to get personal, but do you come from money? Or do you come from? Money.
You mean, was I born rich?
Yeah, were you broke at a point in time in life?
Yeah, everybody goes through that, man. That's part of life. I wasn't born rich at all, but I had, two parent household, good family, but more important than money is lessons, right? Because you can be born rich and turn out to be a douchebag if you don't have good values. So that's more important.
I guess more of what I'm asking is, like, what was your turning point? Like, what was your turning point from going from, the average person to, realize that you want to be better, or you want better in your life? You want to build a name for yourself. How was that like?
It wasn't a turning point. It was just more of, you just start, when you start getting more success, and maybe you already have success, you look back at your life, and maybe you were 12 years old and your mom couldn't buy you a PS4. So you started thinking, well, how can I get a PS4? Maybe you got your first job at McDonald's, right? It's just a progression. And it's like, okay, well, $7 an hour isn't enough. How can I make $10 an hour? Okay, maybe I'll go to college. You just keep learning, and you just keep elevating. So that's the key to success. Continue to elevate in life. Yeah. Continue learning, elevation. That's the name of the game.
Hey, I had can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I had a question. So right now I'm currently, I work a job, and on my off days, I cold call all day. I wanted to ask you, do you have any recommendations for, let's say, VAs I can have often on my off days, on my days that I work?
Are you asking me, should you have VAs the days you're working?
Yes. Do you have any recommendations of places or people, different companies or whatever that I could use as
Like
VAs?
Are you asking where to go to find VAs?
Yes. Yeah, like your recommendation or where you go from.
I would go to Upworks.com. That's like a hub for virtual assistants. You can find virtual assistants there. Make sure you look for virtual assistants that have a 90% or higher rating. I prefer, if you're cold calling, I prefer VAs that are in like areas that speak good English, like what's this called, South America, right? Because they have a Spanish accent, and some don't have a Spanish accent, but a Spanish accent is more widely accepted as opposed to like a Indian accent or a Filipino accent. There's nothing wrong with them, but I'm sure when you guys get on your customer service calls and it's, someone foreign, you're like, man, can I speak to someone, who speaks better English or whatever? So that's just what I found, but they work too. Filipinos work, it works, but that's just what I would recommend. Any other questions?
How did you scale the business? Because a lot of people are into wholesale. They're doing it. They close a few deals. Every now and then. But how did you know? Well, I'm curious you already knew, but how did you scale a business? Taking it serious, like, okay, you're actually a business owner. If that makes sense, what I'm asking.
You're kind of breaking up, but I think your question was, how did I scale my business?
Right. How did you scale your business?
Okay,
great. What was that process?
So, say what?
Yeah, I was just asking, like, what was that process of scaling your business?
The process of scaling my business. So the key to scaling your business, guys, assuming you guys are on the beginner level, some of you are more advanced, but assuming you're in the beginner level, when you get that first, $12,000 check, the $20,000 check, reinvest it in your business, right? The first thing you need to, I don't know exactly what system Isaiah has for you guys, but whatever his next step is, invest in that thing. Don't go buy the nice watch or the nice car, whatever the case, right? I actually wrote this down. I said, here's a recipe for you guys. It's build the machine, then build the team, then get the bling. Okay, so build your machine first, right? Building your machine meaning hire your VAs, write down your processes, pay for marketing, build the machine, right? Because the machine is gonna pay for it. Once you have the machine ready, start hiring virtual assistants to manage that machine, right? So now you have money just coming in,
Right.
then you get the bling, right? Because you don't want to have the bling and you can't get it back. You can't get
Right.
it again, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're every month, 10, 20, 30,000 just coming in, you can buy as much bling as you want. And bling is anything. It could be, jewelry, cars, clothes, spoil your mom, spoil your girlfriend, whatever the case. I would even go as far as to say, if you really want to do it, most people don't have the discipline to do this, but if you could stay in monk mode for a whole year, even if you get like a big $60,000 deal or whatever, you're going to be way, 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 way ahead of the curve. Because most people, I fell victim to it too, is it's hard to resist, but that's the key. You're going to want to go on vacation. You're going to want to whatever. You're going to want to quit your job. You're working 9 to 5 and you got $50K in your account. You're like, man, F this job. No, keep the job. Build the machine, get the team, then get the bling.
Absolutely. That's good stuff, man.
Anything else, guys?
Yeah, I had a quick question. So, what would you say, like, as far as like cold calling? Like, I just now started paying for like marketing, so I'm starting to cold call with batch dialer and everything like that. What would you say is a marketing strategy other than cold calling or, like text blasting or email blasting?
I think what you're asking is what are the other market? You guys are breaking up, but I'm kind of getting what you're saying. What are the other marketing strategies you can use besides cold calling and texting?
Correct.
Yes.
So the strategy I would recommend for you guys: master the cold calling, upgrade to the texting. If you get texting, I'll probably go to letters. That's a good strategy. Direct mail. After you go to direct mail, maybe go to Google Ads. After you go to Google Ads, try radio. After radio, try Facebook. Basically, you want to have just like a plethora of marketing, right? Because one thing that messed up my business, I probably would have done $1 million last year, but what messed up my business is I was so focused on one strategy, which is working so well. And they changed the regulations for texting, so I couldn't text for like a good 2 months, Oh, wow. So you definitely want to diversify your marketing.
Absolutely.
Anything else, guys?
Yeah. How do you stay disciplined to do the work and just sit down? Like, what was the hardest thing that you had to overcome in the beginning when it came to like discipline and just making the calls? Like, and how'd you overcome it? And like maybe a tip that you could give to just be more motivated and have a steady vision of where you want to go and what you need to do it.
Sure. I know Isaiah's asking a question for all you guys because he probably has his own answer, but to answer that question for you guys, how do you keep going? I mean, it sounds like simple, but you just gotta keep going. Like, you just gotta keep going. Think about it as climbing a mountain, right? You want to get to the top. The more you rest, the longer it's gonna take, right? Don't feel bad for resting. It's okay to rest a little bit, but just keep going. Just keep going. You're gonna have. I still have days like this, and I'm sure the big guys also do, where you don't feel like it. Just keep going. That's all I can. You just gotta really want it. You just have to. That's it.
Right.
The rest of you have to really be. You have to want it bad enough. There's no secret to the success. There's nothing you don't have that somebody else has. You know, even and the good thing about wholesaling is even a guy, if you came in with a bunch of money, you still need to learn the skills and you still need to learn the processes. Because I've had guys they go, hey Vince, come on man, I'll just give you 20K and just do everything for me. It's like, no, bro, you have to know what you're doing. You know,
Right.
It doesn't matter if you have the money. So just keep going.
You had said something that stood out to me. You said, I think it was about a job. You said, don't quit your job, keep your job. And I heard different, from a lot of people. So I just want to know, like, what's your thought process on having a job and trying to scale a wholesale business at the same time?
I mean, it depends on your situation. You know, if you're like, if you're like me, I'm married. I got, big bills, I guess, to say.
Yeah.
So I can't really, I have to have income, right? But if you're living with your parents and they're covering all your bills, but you also need money to pay for your stuff. Right? So you need a source of income. I would say get 10 deals first before you quit your job. Unless your parents are covering all your bills. But if you don't have that situation, I would say wait for 10 deals before you quit your job. I'd say if you can do 10 deals, that means I would say you know what you're doing. And the other side of that is maybe cut all your unnecessary expenses out. Just all the shit you don't need so that you don't have to spend that much money. Or maybe go part-time on your job. So I'm talking to people who lived with their parents or have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or whatever, another income that is fine, But if you're like grown up and you have to pay your own apartment, your own car, whatever, you probably don't want to quit your job until you have about 10 deals till it's steady. Because you don't want to go back, because that's going to be embarrassing and it's going to be painful.
Yeah. I'm the opposite.
Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say I'm the opposite. Like, not having bills to pay and not having a job. That's the type of shit. Like, that's the type of shit I'm on. Back against the wall, hustle mode, panic mode. Like, if you have bills to pay, you have to pay your bills. So you have to get a deal. You have to make money. I mean, for me, at one point, yeah, it clicked. There was one time that when I was living at home, I quit my job and everything, but I went to go get a serving job. Like I was a server part-time, like very, very part-time, but I did it, one, because I saw the benefit. It would help my sales skills, dress kind of nice, all that, but sometimes you do have to humble yourself, right? Because I was at home and there would be days when I was lazy. My mom would check me and she'd be like, what do you think, you're too good for a job? Like, you're not making any money. Like, I don't know. She said it different and it hit me different. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So I had to humble myself, go get a serving job part-time just so I could always be working. And, the money wasn't really anything, but it was just like, I need to hustle. I need to do more. But, yeah, if you're single, looking at,
you definitely need a serving job. Those are really good jobs for this business because they're flexible with your schedule. A lot of jobs you get paid cash every day. You can put it back into your business. So, but you need a source of income because you're going to be giving deals away, right? Let's say you have a 50K bag. But because you're starving, like you need a deal tomorrow, you're gonna take the guy that's like, okay, I'll give you 20K just to close it right away, right? Because you need like you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be negotiating on an empty stomach because you're gonna fuck up, You can just take whatever.
What What does your company do now? Are you guys just dispo, or are you still wholesaling, or you got VAs in place right now? Like
Yeah, we have.
what does your day-to-day operation look like?
Sure, we have a few VAs. We're doing positions and dispositions. I scaled my team down a little bit, but we do both. If you're wondering if you should just be a dispo company, I would say acquisitions is better than dispo, because if you have good deals, they're gonna sell themselves. That's my opinion on that. And I'll definitely recommend, guys, if you guys don't have a social media presence, you definitely need to start posting, because I've gotten deals from just your friends and family, right? You guys don't know. I promise you, you have an uncle, you have an auntie, you have an old high school buddy that knows somebody that wants to sell their house. But if they don't know you're doing that, they're not gonna send you the deal, right? And then also, if you're trying to build your buyers list, I've done deals before with the guy, and the only reason he did a deal with me is because he looked me up on Google and he saw like I was posting and saw my Instagram and my Facebook. So he's like, "Oh, this guy's legit, right? He's in a basement somewhere." So you definitely want to be known and have a presence.
All right. Hey, Vince, have you ever had like that mindset, like the self-doubt mindset, where you had to tell yourself like, "Oh, does this really work? Is this even worth it?" And like, if so, like, how'd you overcome that?
No, I never doubted. Never doubted. My first deal, I did it like 30 days after I found out what wholesaling was. I guess I was too dumb to question it, right? The guy said, "Do this." I was like, "Okay, do that. Okay, do this." I feel like smart people actually have a harder time, because they're like, well, what if this? What if that? Just don't overthink it. Like, the recipe is there. Just do the fucking work.
All right.
Yeah.
What does your environment look like where you work at?
So I have a home office and an actual office. Just work. There's just computer, internet, and something to listen to music. You don't have to have fancy stuff. Just your materials to work.
Yeah, but what is it, the environment, because we're reading Atomic Habits right now, and it's talking about environment, getting things out of your environment, like out of your sight, that trigger maybe a bad habit or, laziness, and, put things in your environment that inspire you or remind you to do the good habits and work harder. Like, what do you have in your environment that you feel helps you, or what's one thing that you know that you need in your environment to just help you, motivate you, keep you from being distracted?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm at a different phase in life where it's not.
Bro, you got piles.
You guys will get.
You got piles of fake.
Say what?
You got piles of fake money, like all around your office, and you got motivational posters.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You got Grant Cardone everywhere.
That's just for decoration, but I guess just to have the office itself inspires me, because I have an office, piles of money around, my big sign, office sign. Seeing friends inspire me.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question, Isaiah?
Kinda, half and half. Yeah, but.
What else, guys? Know what?
If nobody else, you gonna say something, Tara?
Yeah, you were saying about making your social media presence. I mean, like, I post my deals on Facebook, but like, do you mean like going on Instagram and like TikTok and stuff like that, and kind of like promoting yourself as a wholesaler so that way you get more deals?
Absolutely. Just it doesn't even have to be like anything awesome, just hey, I don't know what your name is. Hey, what's your name?
Jaira.
Jaira?
Yeah.
So hey, it's Jaira. Just today I got a deal and looking for, just something simple. Looking forward to selling it, And then somebody's phone. What are you talking about? Oh, she does real estate. Let me watch her now. One of my best employees. She was watching me for 2 years. She just watched me post content. It's like, oh, okay, he's legit now. Now she wants to work for me, So you never know who's watching you.
Like, how would I, because like all my social media is deactivated because I'm just thinking like I have to go all in because I just get very easily distracted on social media. So like, how would I post? Like, do I post that, like just saying that I have certain deals? Do I post the actual deals?
Post about yourself. Post you, like what you're doing. Post information. Hey guys, if you see a fixer upper in your neighborhood that looks like this, here's how to know that it's a good deal. Information, right? Informative or funny, something genuine, right? And if you have a issue with getting distracted on social media, you can do a time limit, right? So let's say your time limit is 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. During that time, just post and just get off. But at least people know that you're posting and you're out there. Yeah. And you're gonna I would never have met Isaiah if it wasn't for social media.
It wasn't even
right?
I guess Facebook.
Say what?
You're talking about Facebook?
Yeah, my Discord. Yeah. Say what?
Yeah, I was just saying you were talking about Facebook. That's how I found a lot of my buyers.
Yeah. He would, and if you would have looked me up and he didn't see anything, he might have been interested in getting to know me more, right? Because I'm sure he looked me up. Oh, this guy's posting. Okay, this guy looks kind of legit. Let me call him.
I would say, as far as Jaira and the spot she's at now, don't download social media. Don't do it. Like, you have Facebook, that's enough. Like, social media such as TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat is for when you're building a personal brand for yourself. You could do that from the beginning, but I deleted it. I only created Instagram like December, or actually this year, like January is when I first made my Instagram. So I would say, yeah, social media is very powerful and you can use it to grow your business, but you're just trying to like make a business first. So I would, definitely lock in on that. But social media can help. We all have Facebook. That's where I find everybody, Facebook, but to me that's not social media. It can get distracting sometimes with the reels, but Facebook.
No, it's distracting for everybody. I mean, I deleted TikTok because TikTok just that. But like Instagram and Facebook, I feel like I can manage that better.
Yeah. If
you're not gonna post on social media, at least your friends and family should know what you're doing. When you're in the elevator, strike up conversations. You're putting out energy out into the universe that's coming back to you. People need to know you. Anything else, guys?
I used to think that putting that energy, like, to certain people would, like, kind of curse what you got going on. So I kind of hold back sometimes, but sometimes I do put it out.
Put that energy out there. The people that are meant to be in your life are going to be in your life. The haters come with success. That's one of the laws of success. By the way, haters is one of the laws of success. So if you don't have haters, you're not doing shit.
Subscribe. 10K subscribers. Subscribe. Okay. And what would you say about?
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Pretty sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if it's personal or not, but what systems are you using right now? Like, what systems do you have in place with your business?
Yeah. So I'm using, Podio, I'm using Dialpad, I'm using launch control. But the more important than the actual software you use is the system. When I say system, that means a written down way of doing things, right? So whatever you do, like let's say your Zillow, right? You go to Zillow, you go in the search tab, you put a radius in, you put certain price range, however Zillow works, that needs to be written down. And that's a system. So that if you hire somebody, they can be like, oh, this is how you do it, right? That's what a system is. And when you have a business, somebody should be able to go inside your business and be like, okay, these are the systems, this is how they make money, this is how they sell their deals. It should be there to see. And that's what, when someone sells a business, that's what they're buying. Okay? They're buying the systems that are already in place.
Right.
Guys, appreciate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I went to that millionaire's office the other day, I forgot his name, but definitely a millionaire, and yeah, he has his sales process printed out, posted on the wall. That way, if anybody's curious on what to do, they just look at the wall, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, systems and processes, I feel like when somebody asks that, or especially beginners, they ask that, it's like, what's the hack? What button do I press to make it do the thing? And it's like, there is no button, bro. It's just like, write it down and have a formula of what to do. I say this when they say that, and then when they say this, I go here. That's a system. And then
I would go as far as to say is start now. Don't wait till you're making money to build your systems. Like whatever systems you're doing right now in your business, make sure they're documented and just keep building on the system, because it's going to be super annoying to go back through everything and rewrite the systems, and you can just do it slowly as you build your business.
Right.
And can I just get real? Sometimes I just gotta understand. By systems, what both of you guys are saying is, as far as saying, I'm targeting this type of, like, say, for example, I'm doing land deals, like 4 to 10,000 square feet only in this area. You mean a system like that?
you're muted, Vince.
Oh, you're muted.
No, you're muted. There you go. Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a system. So basically you write down how to find land deals. Step 1, make sure that the land deal is between 5,000 and 10,000 square feet. Step 2, go to Zillow.com and type in, I don't know exactly how it works, but go to Zillow.com and type in Raleigh, North Carolina. Step 3, after you type in Raleigh, Carolina, put a 30-mile radius. After you put a 30-mile radius, make sure that you're calling leads that have been on the list for over 90 days. And then you might say, side note, if the lead is 85, 75 to 90 days, it still might be a good lead. If you run out of leads, try to call these leads. Step 7, when the seller says, what's your offer? Say this. When the seller says, I'm working with the realtors, say this. You get what I'm saying? That's a system.
So basically, so basically, even a script can be that's considered a system.
A script is definitely a system, yes.
Okay.
How much would you say a person need before they start investing in paying for marketing?
I mean, it's as soon as you get your first deal, put it back in the business. Don't even buy one. Maybe buy like one thing for like $100 just to like gift yourself. But that $10,000 check, put that all back in the business. That doesn't mean spend the money. It can still be in the business account, but that's money for your business, right? You got $10,000. You start talking to Isaiah, maybe talk to a guy like me or whatever. Hey, what should I spend the 10,000 on? Here, do this. Okay, $3,000. Hey, do this, $2,000. Right, get your next deal. Now you have 15,000. Like, keep investing. What is it? Build the machine, then get the team, then get the bling. That's it. That's the system right there.
Like that.
Anything else, guys?
I was gonna say, what would you say to people who are living at home? There's a lot of people, they have homes we live with, and sometimes our family members can be either a distraction, or maybe it's our friends, they're a distraction. Maybe they're toxic friends. They're good friends to us in a way, like they never stabbed us in the back. You know, they've been loyal for the most part, but they encourage us or they influence us to do things that will not only take us away from the business, but tear down what we built up. What have you done in the past to deal with that? And what piece of advice would you give to some of the people in here who are dealing with either toxic friendships, toxic family members, toxic environment, things like that?
Sure. To that, I'll say your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So just keep focusing on yourself, right? Keep going to the gym, keep reading your books, keep investing in your business. And those people that are toxic, they're just not gonna want to be around you because it's not fun, right? Like when I hang out with Isaiah, we have similarities. Somebody might come to our conversation like, bro, you guys are boring as hell, right? Because that's not their vibe. So keep focusing on yourself. I'm not a believer in like making a stand to your family like, hey guys, nobody talk to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't have to cut them off. Just become who you are, and either they're gonna follow you or they're gonna fall by the wayside. And you have to be willing to say no. Like right now, Isaiah's in monk mode. Invited him to the pool yesterday, and he said no because he wants to focus on his business. As a friend, I'm gonna just respect that. When he's ready to come back outside, he'll come back outside, right? But if I wasn't a good friend, I might be like, oh, I might feel some type of way, man. You don't want to hang out with me, fuck you, man. You think you're better than me, right? And then we wouldn't be friends anymore. So that's what's gonna happen with your family or friends that aren't supposed to be in your life.
Hey, just real quick before you hop off and everything, I'm in Dallas, so what's some good what's some good real estate like meetups like in Dallas, or is it just like I'm going to one every other Thursday in person out off of Central Expressway, and these guys, they're well off or whatever, but they're focused on creative financing. So I'm up around other like-minded people, and I'm focused on like wholesaling right now, right? I'm trying to get there. Creative financing is good and it's very good. I'm learning something new, but do you know any local groups in Dallas area that's kind of like, hey, go to this one, or you got one or something like that,
I used to have one, but you can just there's Malik. I know you guys met Malik. I think he has a group. Okay. There's Texas Tuesdays. That's a group. I think there's another one. His name is Don. Forget what his last name is. He has a group. You just Google. Just Google, real estate investment groups near me. That's where to get ones. Also join the Facebook groups. Like I said, study the game, follow these people, the local people in Dallas, and just ask them, hey, where are you going? Where are you going? That's it.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Yeah, next time I go to one, Ken, I'll tell you about it, and I'll send you the link and the address and everything. But for me, Eventbrite, the app.
Oh, yeah, Eventbrite, meetup.com, yep.
And meetup.com, yeah, is a good way. Did anybody else have any last questions? Ask him, right? If you want to ask something, he's here.
Yeah.
What's your key thing to like sales and winning that seller over the phone?
The key thing to win somebody on the sales is the word I always use. It's I hear you, I got you, I understand. You know, give me an offer. I hear you, I understand. I can definitely give you an offer. Always agree with the seller. That's gonna put them on your side of the sale. Seek to understand them and solve their problem. And that's they're gonna be more willing to do business with you.
Hell yeah. Totally understand. I hear you, Vince. Appreciate all the words of encouragement. But for real, yeah, thank you, Vince. And I appreciate you, and just enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna hit you up later, and hopefully we can close that deal in Fort Worth. We ain't even gotta talk about it right now, but.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
All right, thank you, Vince.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Vince.
All right.
All right. So, you even know how to leave? Here, I'll kick you, Vince.
Yeah, kick me out, man.
All right. Chapter 9. We're on chapter 9 of Atomic Habits. Let's read that. And just be more intentional with our day, with our habit, whatever we want our habit to be. Make it enjoyable, make it attractive, make it obvious. And just try to take notes. So just chapter 9 tonight, and if you guys have any questions about anything, just call me. Y'all like that? That was cool? Y'all enjoyed Vince?
Hell yeah, both
Yeah.
of them were good. Malik and Vince. I mean, that's good. That's good stuff.
Lou,
Good stuff.
Lou can probably be the opposite. Like
Wait, you said what?
I said, he got my other mindset. You know, my other mind. When I be saying like, I don't think it's no cheat code. I think it's just a matter of just doing it. You got that type of mindset. I'm stuck in both right now.
Yeah, I mean, work with both. You know, we have cheat codes such as Atomic Habits gives a lot of cheat codes, which is why it's so important to follow along and do the exercises in the book. You know, I instantly went to Walgreens, printed out a bunch of motivational pictures, made another vision board, and, you know, I have my environment to where, you know, my book is always right there, my Bible's always right there, my notepad is always out with the pen.
How you doing?
Things like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, you do just got to do the work. Yeah.
And then you know, I like what he said, like how you know, those are the type of friends that you want and people you want to hang around with. That, you know, when somebody invites you out to something, and you like, nah, I'm gonna stay at home. You know what I mean? It's no hard feeling. It's not like I'm not gonna fool with you no more. We're not cool. Nah, okay. I totally respect that, man. That's what's up. You know, I'll be back outside, but right now I'm locked in. You know. Yeah, that was good.
And I think having people like Vince and Malik on, I think it's really good for y'all to see, to be like, hey, it is real. There are real people making a lot of money from this. I know them, I've met them, they're cool. Like, we're not super geniuses or anything. We just kept at it. Like skateboarding is always a good example I give. That's a really hard skill to learn. That's an extremely hard skill to learn, skateboarding. And they just never gave up, and they just practiced every day. They fell thousands of times, broke bones, scraped knees, scraped shins, head busts, freaking concussions. They just never gave up. And that's the same thing with business. Just don't give up. Just keep going at it and working hard every single day to improve. Always think, what am I improving today? 1% better. All right. If y'all have any questions about anything, obviously just call me. And that's it. Y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, Isaiah, before you go, if I can get this, for like
15.
17.
15.
You think you got a buyer for it in Paris?
Bro, if
17, I was gonna try to pop it for like 27. That'd be that's just a 10K spread.
Are you talking about this house?
Errors. Go to the front of it. Go to the front. Let me see the front of it. No, this house is a blue house. It's blue, and it's white trimming. Look like it's.
You gotta send it to me. Oh wait, I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's blue. Yeah. That's the one he's talking about. They put 30 grand into. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah, if you could get it for 20 or below, yeah, let's do it.
I got a quick question, Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
When you get a property under contract, how much higher are you listing it for?
Below
the
Zillow listing for sure. Has to be below the Zillow listing. The lower.
All right, so let's say it's
the lower that you get from the Zillow listing, the better.
right. So like, how much higher are you looking to list it for? Like,
As much as possible.
gotcha.
Like there's been times where I got a deal locked up, like 15 or 20 grand below the Zillow listing, and I just posted it for 10 grand more than what I had it locked up for. Or there's times where a house is listed for 100. If you get it under contract for 30, if it makes sense, list it for 70. If it makes sense. But the benchmark or whatever is you don't want to list it at the Zillow price. You want to list it below the Zillow price. The lower from the Zillow price you have it, that you list it for, the more attractive it looks to investors. So. Yep, just keep at it.
Is it bad taking a nap around this time?
I'd always take a nap probably around. When would I take a nap if I was in Houston? I always tried to kick the habit of naps though. Sometimes naps are good and you need them, but I would always fight to kick that habit. But I'd take naps just when I'm extremely tired. When I'm extremely tired and I can't keep my head up, I'd lay down. If you really want to kick the habit, you just lay on the floor, and your body's gonna go to sleep naturally because it's so tired, but you're not gonna stay asleep because you're uncomfortable. And so when you just get like 2 minutes of sleep, that's all your body needs. Like actually, literally 2 minutes of sleep, that's all you need. And like when you get up, you will feel rested. But if you go lay on your bed, you're not gonna want to get up because it's too comfortable. You got a pillow, you got a mattress. So if you're really, really tired,
What you saying? Like sleep? Like if I right here, just take a little nap right here.
Jocko Willing talks about that. Get like that, and then put your feet up. He calls it a power nap. Y'all know who Jocko Willink is? He wrote the book.
No.
He wrote the book Discipline Equals Freedom, and Extreme Ownership. But yeah, he talks about when you're in the military and you're sleep deprived. Yeah, Extreme Ownership. I got that. When you're in the military and you're sleep deprived, and like you have to be on guard because you're in the military, you're killing people and whatnot. But sometimes you're sleep deprived. He says he'll lay down, fold his arms, and he'll lift his feet up. Like he'll prop his feet up on something. And once you get like a 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute max power nap, even 15 minutes. But once you get that little power nap, you wake up and that's what your body needed. But if you get in your bed, you're going to give your body what it wants. You don't want to give your body what it wants, you want to give it what it needs. So laying on the floor or falling asleep in the chair, just don't fall into the trap of like, that's why it's always good to have the mindset of there's too much work to be done. Because once you wake up from that uncomfortable nap, it's like, fuck it, I got to do my work anyways, I'm behind. But, alright. Appreciate y'all, love y'all. If you need me, call me. Just hit the KPIs today. Make it happen. Okay?
All right.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay? Look at this. We're trying to get 10K subscribers. Subscribe. And if you want to join morning meetings like this, DM me on Instagram. You want to become a student? You want to hear from the special guests? You want to get your first deal in 90 days or less? Just DM me on Instagram. That's all you got to do. That's all it is. Power meeting right here. I'm going to learn how to record on my screen. That way it's not on a camera, but yeah. Subscribe. Stay motivated.